Good afternoon, family. Good afternoon, anybody watching this video. I hope you all had a great and beautiful, refreshing week. We jumping into this market, seeing how things look. This is the weekly watch list. This is names, tickers I will be watching going into the next week. Just to recap, starting off with ES, the S&P 500 futures. Consolidation, 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 right? We've been dealing with this range for the past week and plus some because down here, one, two, three, four. For the past 2 weeks, honestly, we've been dealing with a lot of range bound trading. And it's been a stock pickers market ever since. Some names been going up, some names been staying in the range. We had a nice drive to the upside at end of day on last Friday. So my theory is if we can finally get a bullish move to the upside, a lot of names that's been consolidating will start to break out. As y'all know my saying, consolidation creates opportunities. If we don't break to the upside, we will come back to the downside and we will end up chopping in the range again. So please take every tick I'm gonna talk about with a grain of salt because the tickers I will be talking about is parallel with the market. If the market don't do or if it doesn't do what is expected, if it don't go continue, if it doesn't have continuation to the upside, then I'm putting my money on more consolidation to come. As we already know, the tariffs, CPI, inflation, all these different components are causing uncertainty in the market, which institutions are not sure which way to go just yet. So this was causing this consolidation. And you have Trump talking every other day. He do pop-up talks now. So excuse me, we just got to see what happens. As far as ES, I see some equal highs up here around this 4765.25 area. So even though we got some more room to the upside, I definitely want to see us tick out those highs. Same thing with NQ. NQ, just to recap, same thing, consolidation. We got to get out this range if we want to see some upsides on the names that I will be discussing. Or I'm pretty sure there's some names you guys have that look good as well. Everything will be depending on what the market wants to do. So keep that in mind. First ticker I'm looking at this week is NVIDIA. Y'all know what I love to look for. I love to look for these bullish pennants, retesting previous support. And with the actual signal, we have a hammer going on there. So we got a 212. We went 212 down, swept the lows, and then we picked back up. So I'm looking for that 212 to the upside now. 212 rev to at least hit 120.20 and then get around 122.74 was the previous week's high. Right around here. This would be the previous week's high. So I'm loving the way that one looks. Looking at the 6 hour, we got a 2-1 on the 6 hour. Nice 2-1-2 setup. Grab this out the gate. 118.02 calls and hit 120.20. You might see some turbulence around 120.20, and you definitely may see some turbulence around 122.74 because those are equal highs, aka sell-off points. So you want to see if we have enough power to push through that. And it goes back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video. It all depends on what NASDAQ want to do as well. So let's keep our eyes on that. Nonetheless, we have some nice compression and consolidation, and we have a bullish pennant. And this is a setup that we like to look for. Next ticker I will be talking about is SMCI. We was watching SMCI since last week. It didn't really pop off. Instead, it did. It gave us a 2-1-2, and then it dropped to the downside. It stayed in the OTE zone, optimal trade entry zone. This is optimal trade buy area. It stayed within that range. It kept its structure, and then it created a 2-1. So it gave us another entry, a 2-1-2. On the week, we now have a hammer on the week, and we have our actionable signal inside candle. So we're looking at a 2-1-2 to the upside. So if we get a breakout on NASDAQ, you can see that 2-1-2 to the upside. First target 44.99, and then we want to get to at least $50 on SMCI. Still look good in my opinion. Beyond looking good, it has a setup that we look for. It created some new highs up here. Nice, decent pullback. Consolidated for 1, 2 for the 3 weeks. So now we finally looking for that push up out the OTE zone and out the chop area. And we should see if we can get some upside on that we could get an explosive move out of SMCI. We've been loving the way some oil you've been looking. We had our eyes on CBX, but we missed that. But I think Oxy is setting up. Oxy did trigger the 2-2 rev. Oxy did trigger this 2-2 rev. I mean 2-1-2 reversal on the week around 47.94. And on the daily, we now have a nice 2-1. So we did go two up, two down, swept the lows on Thursday, closed as a failed two down, and now we created that one. We consolidated on Friday. So now we got a nice 2-on-2. We is fighting some equal highs. What I noticed about equal highs is when a stock is ready to break and make new highs above previous resistance, it will consolidate first and then it will break. So let's see what Oxy want to do. Again, nice 2-1-2. We have some room to 49.15. 49.15 can give us some turbulence. As you can see, this is a reversal area, supply zone, buy side liquidity, whatever you want to call it. So you're going to watch that area. We get above 49.15. That's also a monthly high, I believe, as well. Well, the monthly high is up here. It's 52.58. But we want to watch this 49.15, get through 50.10, and then make our way to 52.58 on Oxy. I like the way this one is setting up. We've been having our eyes on oil for quite some time now, and I think this one is giving us an entry. Shifting gears over to DVN. DVN is pretty much in the same boat. We've been watching DVN for some time now. Some people still in this one, but I think this one is offering another entry as well. So we created new highs, got that nice pullback, created 2-on-2 reversal, triggered above 35.28, and now we at 36.49. We want that 2-2 continuation to the upside on the week, which is setting us up on the daily with a double inside, aka and a bullish pennant on top of that. So we got our consolidation there, bullish pennant, and now we want to again take out these equal highs. Usually we want to take out buy side liquidity or equal highs. It will consolidate there first. Worst case scenario, it gives us a 2-1-1-2 pull back down with a new low before we begin to jump back to the upside and retest that 36.49. So let's see what happens with that. I've been seeing some financial stocks set up, so that's shifting my gears on the BAC. It doesn't have full time frame continuity just yet, but we don't need full time frame continuity to pop to the upside. So let's look at what's going on. We got a 3-2 down, failed 2 down the week before last, which converted into a hammer, 2-2 rev. And now we're looking for that 2 up continuation. We're setting us up on the daily with a nice 2-1. So we're looking for that 2-1-2 to the upside. It's going to be a trade as a day trade or a swing, whatever have you. First target, 43.35. Second target, 44.14, right up here. So that's what we're looking for. We do have a little small gap to fill as well. We do have a little small gap to fill as well between 44.84 and 45.22. When we get up there, let's see what the market gives us. Let's see what the market gives us. I have some honorable mentions. I love the way XLI is setting up. XLI created a hammer on the daily, failed 2-on-2 down, failed 2 down, created a hammer. So I looked at some XLI stocks. I still love the way CAT is setting up. CAT hasn't taken off just yet. It's still sitting in within demand buy-up area. It got a nice fail 2 down on the daily. The week isn't as appealing just yet. It didn't close too strong in the week, but I think that CAT is setting up. It's cooking for a move. It's cooking for a move. If you guys look between 33.74 and 330, look to the left. This is price has memory. This is where price usually explode at. So I usually find some buying in this range, and we are right in that range as well. And if we go back to the daily, we shift gears back to the daily time frame. You can see that where buyers like to step in. So we got a nice little PMG going on in there, but we got to get some buyers to really slap the ask on that to send us back to the upside. So I think the honorable mention, this may take a week or two to really, really get out of there, but I think it's worth watching, especially while sitting at these kind of discounts. Again, look to the left. This is the same area that they like to buy. Same area they like to buy. Same area they like to buy. So I'm keeping a close eye on that one. Not only Cat, but his sister, my brother, John Deere. John Deere again doesn't have the prettiest month candle, doesn't have prettiest weekly candle. However, the daily is what stands out to me. And not only that we are sitting in OTE, but again, we are in that zone where they like to buy. So, like a lot of these things out, so you gotta do is just look to the left. So they brought here, pull back, and we're looking for that 212 to the upside. Worst case scenario, it can go 212 to the downside. If it goes 212 to the downside, it has room to drop back down to 451.22. And if it does drop back to 451.22 and hold and create a hammer per se, then that really will have my attention because you can see what happened at 4.1.22 here. You can see what happened there. So we know that's a buying area as well. So again, let's see if it holds 46.80, 468.09. If not, let's see where it drops and then give us that nice entry. Another honorable mention, only because we in this already, Tesla. Tesla is in the demand zone buy up as well. Just look to the left for half of this stuff. I swear it's going to tell you what price is doing. Right. So we in this demand zone with buyers like to step in. We got these two crazy wicks on the weekly candle. So we know that institution stepped in on that for sure. So now we're looking for that 212 up to the upside with our hammer and inside candle attribute signals sitting nice. And then we did go 212 up on a daily. We have to get above 253.37 to really see some upside on Tesla. So if we get that, then I got a good feeling Tesla can see 273.60 pretty easy, and then 300 pretty easy. We just got to get above that weekly high. So that concludes my watch list. Again, things are subject to change depending on if the market want to run up or if it wants to range. Peace and have a good rest of your day.